Welcome to the city of Arx.
Seems like the life expectancy of magisters gets shorter and shorter.
The Magister spirit dashes along the foliage beneath the battlements, nearing the bridge. There is a cry from behind. The spirit glances back. Her gaze follows something tumbling from the battlements to the undergrowth. There is the thump of an impact. She continues running. She sprints onto the bridge, but then something grabs her ankle and hoists her into the air upside down. Her screams are drowned out by a monstrous roar. The spirit vanishes, leaving only the fading echo of a final scream.
Face them to the last!
Doesn't it?
Help us.
As Voidwoken attacks go, you think that one was particularly devastating. The great city of Arx may be finally ready to fall.
Saving Arx? Who's got time for that?
This city won't go down without a fight from me.
Arx fall. Not on my watch.
You! I read about an elf matching your description in the latest dispatch. And now there'll be another tale about you for our war owls to whistle across the four corners of Rivellon.
Pursing her bruised lips, Captain Oral glares up at the carrion birds circling the bloody remains of her men that litter the entrance to Arx. She sighs heavily.
You took care of business too late for my crew, though. All my best paladins are dead, whether by the hands of the Magisters or the claws of the Voidwoken.
The captain sobers and curls her lip at the Voidwoken corpses nearby. She spits a bloody tooth in the direction of the closest one.
Of course. You whistled up a war owl to warn us about the Magisters, right? Lord Kem mobilized all us paladins against them that very hour. Could be worse. At least Arx is now under the control of Lord Kem. After your communique, he instigated investigations into every Magister in the city. We're sure it's the collusion between the Magisters and the Black Ring that drew the Voidwoken here. To think they blamed all sorcerers. The only question remaining is why? Why? The Magisters have a lot to answer for. Those left alive, that is. Sometimes good people do bad things, and there are consequences to every action.
She eyes you curiously, eyes narrowing in her hard face.
Are you serious? You won't find the leader of the Magisters walking in the open in arcs. This is Paladin territory now. But check in with Lord Kemp. He's conducting an investigation of all the Magisters in the barracks. He might know something about her whereabouts. Take care. I doubt this is quite the city you were expecting to find.
She turns to you, and suddenly you are deep in her soul. Tendrils of anger and pain weave around you, through you, as you wander the chambers of her memories. You are a Magister, and proud. You did what you could, and you did what was right, and now it is over. The world and its problems are no longer your concern. Now you may leave. spirit of a magister stands forlornly before you.
Dallis. I don't know. I never spoke to the woman. Raymond was the one giving me orders. Raymond and the other whites. The paladins attacked our barracks. I ran. Not that it helped.
The faint spirit's voice is little more than a whisper, echoing inside your mind.
No. Treacherous paladins. There can be no divinity in an order that betrays its own.
The spirit suddenly looks up at you, eyes wide and accusing. A wave of sadness rolls off the spirit, sadness mixed with betrayal. The Magister was stabbed in the back by one they'd known as a friend. The spirit laughs, a terrible, cynical guffaw that says that the world is an evil place where no one is safe. But inside the laughter, there's shame. The Magister knows that he sinned and suspects that his death was deserved.
Welcome to Arx. You've picked a fine day for it. On Lucian's day, you'd better believe it. City's a bit of a mess, it's fair to say, but the worst has passed. We'll have the place cleaned up in no time. Between the Voidwoken and the arrest of the Magisters, we've seen more than a few casualties, but the city herself is intact. We'll mourn our dead and rebuild. Arx persists. Seems the Magisters have been dicing with dark magic. You'd have them to thank if there were any left. Many fled. Those who didn't died or ended up in a cell.
She looks at you derisively and spits on the ground, close enough to your boot to make her point.
If she is, Lord Kem will want to know. Kem commands the city now. Stay safe. Welcome to Arx.
Nods.
Welcome to Arx, stranger. Our apologies for the mess. We'll have it cleaned up directly.
Try to be careful where you tread. With the Magisters gone, this will be the end of the Voidwoken attacks, I hope. When a sorcerer uses Source, the Voidwoken come, so they say. But the Magisters have been dealing in darker magic. The Voidwoken came, bigger and more deadly. Take care, friend.
Welcome to Arx, and a very happy Lucian's Day to you. Don't let the Voidwoken worry you. We have the situation well in hand. Mostly. I have a thought. I blame Alexander for this.
Hold here, Quercus. I need a moment with our friend. Shield, we are about to enter the belly of the beast. To cross a threshold past which there may be no hope of return. There's every chance the servants of the Great Acorn will skin you alive, frying your bones and boiling your eyes. You could suffer most terrible. I am getting to the point, Quercus. The point is, the path ahead is dangerous. I have watched you defeat monsters, villains, and a surprising number of inanimate objects. But your greatest challenge yet lies before you. I do not know what lies ahead, but the Great Acorn is almost here. I can feel it in my fur. The forces of evil will throw everything they have against us, but I need more time to finish my research. You have been a good shield and an excellent friend. Quercus and I both believe you can buy us the time we need. Infuriating as he may be, he has not been wrong yet. Now, it will take more than Quercus's ferocity and my wit if you're going to survive. You need power, and I think I have just the thing. After our last little escapade with your Voidwoken, I examined the corpses you left behind. They were imbued with dark power. I believe Quercus believes, and I concur, that this magic can be used for light as well as darkness. Here, try this.
The squirrel lays his hand on you, and a strange feeling ripples through your body. A sense of power. Your mind opens to the possibilities of new magic.
Now, how do you think it feels, Quercus? Of course you do. What greater power could there be than knowledge? Granted, the recipe you know could be a little darker than what you're used to. It would harness the power of those that you've defeated. Grim art. But if you need proof that grim arts can lead to marvelous things, you need only look at Quercus. Now you have all the power you need. You were a wonderful shield as we fled, but we are not running anymore. Now you must become the axe. Go, my friend, and lay waste to the forces of the Acorn. Hack them to pieces, snap their spines, and burn their eyes, and... and Quercus says
This would never have happened under Lucian, at least not to us. I blame Alexander for this.
Littered with corpses.
Heard old
Never
Alex
thought
died trying
I'd
to
see
summon a
the
void
day.
walker. I blame Alexander for this.
The
This would never have
bastard
happened under
burned
Lucian,
well.
at
I
least
say
not to
that.
us.
Poor creatures are better off dead.
The paladin wistfully hums a tune. You recognize the air. Smoke gets in your hair. He stops humming, gives you a sideways look. He rolls his eyes and turns back to the flames.
That was Rosewood's favorite song, and Rosewood's dead. You didn't know Rosewood. Leave his favorite song alone.
Heard old Alex died trying to summon a void walker.
The spirit burns with rage at the carnage wrought on Arx. Rage for the Voidwoken, rage for the Magisters, and rage too for himself and his fellow paladins. The spirit of an older man observes the nearby painter. He tut-tuts to himself.
That poor boy is wasting his time, walking upon well-trodden paths. I thought I raised him better than that. Did you tell him what you thought of his little picture? A budding painter, a journeyman, if you will. I'm afraid I poisoned the well for the poor lad. He had to grow up in the shadow of I, the finest painter Arx has ever seen. I blame myself. I should never have encouraged him as a child. He could have grown up to be a merchant or a dentist, not embarrassing himself like this. Are you simple? Why, I painted The Sacrifice of Lucian, the greatest series of paintings to ever come out of Arx. They are part of a private collection now, Lord Kem's. Perhaps he'll grant you a viewing, but I doubt it. There's a reproduction on display at the cathedral. Not the same as viewing the original, of course, but it gives the great unwashed something to pray before.
A young man works at a canvas, mounted on an easel. Smears of what must be red paint are evident on his hands and clothing. He's oblivious, in a daze as he paints.
I didn't just see it, I witnessed it. Now I must preserve it upon canvas for the generations to come.
He nods, a faraway expression on his face.
The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of Arx. This will be my masterpiece. I usually only display completed works, but, well, this painting's raw power is already plain to see. Here, feast your eyes.
He gestures to the canvas. It's completely covered in the same shade of red, layer after layer. It's sodden, dripping onto the cobbles. He cracks a limp smile. He seems to be getting paler by the minute.
True art requires sacrifice. Artists must put themselves onto the canvas.
He tugs back the sleeve of his tunic to reveal a blood-soaked cloth bandage around his wrist.
No, I must continue. What would my father say if he was still alive to see me now? He was the finest painter of his generation, and he used his own blood for his masterwork, the final panel of The Sacrifice of Lucian. Self-preservation is a petty concern. I must put the spiritual above the corporeal. I must finish. For the most part. A copy can be seen at the Great Cathedral here in Arx. I visit frequently for inspiration. But the original panel, the one that my father used his blood to depict Lucian's final sacrifice, was given to Lord Ken a long time ago. He keeps it locked away somewhere in that mansion of his. A masterpiece like that should be on public display for all to see.
Creatures are better off dead.
What's this? I found something.